Hello everybody, this is Muhammad Imran. In my previous lecture, I introduced subject-verb agreement. And in this lecture, we will be talking once again about subject-verb agreement, but how verb agrees with the subject when we use conjunction and. Let's discuss in detail. Conjunction and. The subject is plural if it consists of two or more phrases that are linked by and, even if each is singular. For example, your kitchen, which is a singular subject, your living room, which is a singular subject, and your dining room, which is also a singular subject. But we use here verb are, which is a plural verb, right? Because these all phrases or these all nouns are linked with conjunction and. So then it is obvious when two nouns or two phrases are linked with conjunction and, even if each phrase is singular, the verb will be plural. Your kitchen, your living room, and your dining room are too small. Some more explanation of the conjunction and when it links to noun or to noun phrases. The subject is also plural if and is implied through not actually present, right? The subject is even plural if and is implied one. For example, your kitchen, your living room, your dining room are too small. You can see that there is no and, but and is implied here, right? It is implicit, right? So we cannot see, it's not visible, but it is there. You can see your kitchen, your living room, your dining room are too small. So here is and, but it is implied one. Some more explanation of the conjunction and. It is plural when one of the main noun is implied though not actually present. For example, British and American English. You can see that English is implied here. British English and American English are dialect of one language. So that's British English, right? Here English is implied one. Fine. Both the first and the second prize were won by a student at your school. You can see both the first and the second prize. So what is implied here? Prize is implied here. Both the first and the second prize. You can see that the prize is mentioned here, but the prize is not mentioned with the first. It is implied one, right? So we also use a plural verb then. Here we have a very important point related to conjunction and when it is used in subject-verb agreement. On the other hand, if the link unit refer to the same thing, the subject is singular. How? Let me give you an example. The first serious poem I read in grade school and one I later studied in high school was Ozymandias by Shelley. So the first serious poem was identical with the later one I studied. You can see that here, this one I later studied, and the first serious poem, they are identical. So that's why I use here singular verb, and that is was, despite of using conjunction and. Let me repeat it. The first serious poem I read in grade school and one I later studied in high school. So the same poem, okay, the same series poem, which names as Ozymandias by Shelley. So the same poem is repeated here. So that's why that the verb is used here, that is singular. It's important to be point here. Next example. A conscientious and honest politician has nothing to fear. So you can see here again singular verb is used despite of the conjunction and. A conscientious and honest politician has nothing to be feared. So a politician who is both conscious and honest, so refer to the same thing again, right? That's why a singular verb has is used here. Here we have some more elaboration of the conjunction and. In some instances, two linked units may be viewed as either a combination and therefore singular, or as separate unit and therefore plural, right? When these two links are taken as separate entity, right, or separate unit, then we use plural verb. And when these two link unit, they are taken as combination of each other, then we use singular verb. For example, bread and butter is good for you. So here, bread and butter are taken as combination. These two units are there and they are linked with the help of conjunction and. But these two units are taken or viewed as combination. That's why a singular verb is used here. Bread with butter on it, right? Now, bread and butter have recently gone up in price. So here both these units are taken as separate entity or separate unit. That's why a plural verb have is used. Bread and butter. So when they are taken as separate entity, the two units are taken as separate entity, we use plural verb. Otherwise, we use a singular verb. An example is here. I hope you got it. Here we have the last slide of this session. If the noun phrases are introduced by each or every, the subject is singular. Every student and every instructor has to show an ID card to borrow books from the library. So you can see that the noun phrase is introduced with every. And the noun phrase is introduced with every. That's why a singular verb has is used here. Now each adult and each child, again you can see each is used here and each is used here. So each adult and each child was given a sandwich. Again a singular verb is used here. And the last example is every bank and store was closed that day. You can see every is used here. Every bank and store was closed that day. Thank you so much. It was all about subject-verb agreement, and in subject-verb agreement the focus was on conjunction and. We will have another lecture on subject-verb agreement. Keep watching and enjoy learning with Muhammad Imran. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. Thank you so much.